Toy Story 3 is one of the best video game adaptations of all time, or so people think. I had the game during its launch day, and something was very wrong with my copy. I was around 8 at the time I received it, and I couldn't wait to put it into my Wii. I ran up to my room and popped the disc in all ready for a fun-filled adventure with my favorite characters. However, what I would end up seeing wasn't what I expected. I played through the game and I had stupidly missed a few collectibles, like in Woody's Roundup cards, because when I ended up at the dump level. I was playing as Buzz and was desperately trying to stop the other toys from going into the incinerator. Only difference is that it's triggered a cutscene where Buzz trips on something and falls into the conveyor belt, with the other toys unseen. It showed the toys falling into the fiery pit. What looked like hell bits of plastic sweat started to form at the characters, as if they were starting to melt. Buzz reached out his hands towards Woody and Woody took it. All the toys stared at the flames and distorted. "You've got a friend in me," began playing, as Buzz began to melt in his disturbing rainbow goo. Soon, Woody and Jessie's clothing began to prick and burn up as they screamed. They screamed a blood-curdling scream that would keep me up at night for years afterwards. Toys like Rex, Ham, and Slinky, toys made out of plastic, all started to warp and melt fast. Bullseye's face had melted and stained his fabric body, and the aliens started to warp into unnatural shapes. As their faces warped inwards on them, it looked as if his spine was sticking out of his body, bent forward. The other two were worse, and this middle's mouth had been warped open all the way down to his knees, while his arms were enlonged like taffy. One next to him had paint on his eyes, run down like tears on his head, and then snapped off. Woody's hat had melted over his head, covering his eyes while his body was nothing but gray stuffing. Jessie's neck was bent backwards in an unnatural shape. Bullseye's body was on fire, and the flames spread to Jessie, causing her to scream even more. The toys were dead, however, the wailing was now coming from my mother, who burst into my room and saw what was happening. She shut off my console right when Buzz's back split open, causing sparks to go everywhere. My poor grandmother didn't realize what kind of cursed object she had gifted to me, but she screamed at the store clerk when she returned it. Everything Toy Story related has since left my house, and now I cringe whenever I see the movies of it on TV. And that, my pretties, was Toy Story 3, the video game, Bad Ending. A Toy Story, free lost video game, creepypasta. I think, that's how, Toy Story 3 creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Okay. This story was not good. I'm being brutally honest too. This story was written by Flower Films. This story was not good. I'm being brutally honest. This story just went downhill. It's cliched. This is basically, I'm not gonna say this to be an asshole or anything, but I have to say it because it's the honest truth. To Flower Films, this story pretty much rips off Toy Story 3 alternative ending. I'm sorry I have to say it like that, but it's the honest truth. If you look at Toy Story alternative ending and you look at this, you could definitely see there is a lot of, similarities to those two. So this one obviously was just, no, it just wasn't good. I definitely knows there's a lot that went wrong with it. Now, first of all, I wish this story could have had a better concept, and it could have had a really great concept with it, but unfortunately, that's not the case with this story. This story literally just wasn't that good, it just pretty much copies Toy Story alternative ending, and it's pretty much just the video game version, and it honestly just basically involves a incinerator, scene like from Toy Story alternative ending, but this story just went downhill from there. It just literally didn't work out. I didn't really like this story because of the fact that it pretty much copied the exact same thing as Toy Story alternative ending. Now, the grammar wasn't really that good in this, and the sentence structuring was almost non-existent. There were parts of the story that had run-on sentences. The story was incredibly hard to read. Like, incredibly hard to read. Like, no joke. This story was literally hard to read. I had a hard time, reading this story. This story was really hard to read. And this story wasn't that good. I wish the story had a better concept than that, and that could have been really good with this story. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That's literally not the case with this story. This story just went downhill, didn't make any sense, and just wasn't that good. I really didn't like this story the way it went. And this story just literally... I'm sorry, but this story wasn't good. I'm being honest, like I said before. The story just wasn't good. You should already know the reason for it. It just wasn't really a good story. That's literally all I have to really say. Like I'm always going to say, and like I'll always continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. To Fire Flower Films, I hope you improve better on your future of your stories. The story wasn't that good. I know I've read a few other stories that weren't that great, but I do really have to say that I hope you do improve your writing in the future. I'm only saying my own opinions on this story and stuff is because I want to help you get better at your writing. I mean, I've written garbage stories like, not exactly like this one, but I have written terrible stories in the past. But I have improved a lot since the last time since then. And I am continuing to improve on writing every time I write a new story. I mean, not everybody succeeds when it comes to story writing, but if you practice more, use Google Docs for your grammatical errors and that, you definitely would get a lot better. I definitely know there's potential in you. Like I said before, there's more potential in you if you just keep trying and stuff. Take what I have to say with a grain of salt and use that to improve your writing. I mean, I know it may be a little hard of me to say these things, but I honestly have to say the honest truth. I cannot lie. That's something I'm definitely saying. Anyways, my final rating of the story is a 0 out of 10. It's not that good. I'm sorry, but that's all I can give it. This story was just not that good. It was just pretty much a ripoff of the Toy Story alternative ending. I'm not entirely saying it is, but it sounds the exact same as that one. That's literally what I have to say. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Okay. I guess that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is in the comments below. Like I'm always going to say, and like I always continue to say, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoy my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you want to follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you want to go follow me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you're interested in subscribing to my backup channel known as Ms. Dark Shigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please, stay pretty.